Guys, it's me again. Basically, it's already Thursday. My gosh, I haven't been recording like all week, and there's been a lot that happened this week. Like, I feel like every time I like stop for even a second, I'm just like, a lot of stuff happens. I don't realize how event-filled my life becomes. But basically, so it's Thursday already. I've already been in school for 3 days. You can see this is the school shirt that everybody has to wear at Kale High School. It's navy blue. But school's been pretty good. I've met a few kids. I don't know that many kids yet. There's only like 3 kids that I know and actually like, and it's really hard to get to know everybody's names. So by 3 kids I know and like, I mean it's 3 kids that I actually know their names, I like them, and I hang out with them, compared to other kids where it's like, yeah, I know you, 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 I know your name, but I don't hang out with you, you know, that kind of jazz. But yeah, school's been pretty good. That's what it was. So at the semester, I'll actually be able to get a modified schedule, so that way I can switch out of my math and one of my social studies. So that way I only have 3 periods every day instead of 4, which is a lot. That's 70 minutes, and so that'll help. But that's at the semester. That isn't this semester. So the good news is I don't got to do the full year in math, even though I shouldn't have to do any math. But the bad news is I can't do it now. Yeah, so I got to stay in that semester of math. So yeah. That's pretty much all the stuff at school. An update on the rental house. Obviously, like I said in the last one, we're staying here. And in the last one I said that we told the house owners saying it'd be nice if you could pay for AC to get in here and then we'd stay here. And look at it, what do you know? There's the AC. Probably, I don't know. It's just a window one, obviously. We got this one in here, and then we got the same one over in the other room. So I got AC when I'm sleeping, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's also, and I don't know, this kind of bamboozles me because all of the doors have been closed, but let me show you this. So we got salamanders in that, not salamanders, are they geckos? They're salamanders, they're gecko. Yeah, they're geckos. We got them inside the house. They got in somehow. All the doors are closed. I think they came in through that damn hole up there. So now he's stuck in here. I say we name him Jerry. A freaking gecko got inside. What the frick? It was just barely pretty much. It was right on that wall, and I was just like, oh, hello. I actually saw one earlier. I'm not even sure. There might be 2 of them in here. Like, that might have been a different one, because that one looked bigger than the one that I saw that was like seriously right on the counter right here. Just kind of chilling, and I was like, oh, saw, dude. Just kind of, I don't know, they're pretty chill. I mean, it's not like they bite. That one's name will be Jerry. I don't know how they get back out. I feel like we'd have to let him back out. I don't know if they'd crawl back up that hole, but yes. So another big thing that happened, and this is a nice thing. So we were supposed to get Echo back Saturday because his quarantine was until Saturday, which is, by the way, I don't know if I told you guys this in the last one. I don't think I did. It is so bad luck. It was just so stupid. They changed the law for the quarantine right after we got here. Seriously, like last week, they changed it to where you only need a 30-day quarantine after you get all the shots and stuff instead of 120 days. So it makes way more sense, but it's right after we moved here. And so we could have came here in June, and it's just like, damn it. Like, grrr. So you guys already saw Copper here, but then there's also Mr. Echo. Mr. Echo. Hi, Echo. Hi, Echo. He's got a little handle thing here because he chewed off a leash, and we're just gonna keep this on him so that way we can grab him when he tries to do something stupid. Hi, baby. The Hawaiian Wolf. That will be your new name. You are the Hawaiian Wolf. He looks really, well, not when he's laying down, but when he's up, he's like really puffed up, because like it's the same thing with how all of our hair, because of humidity, it like frizzes, and so like my hair gets pretty crazy if I keep messing with it, especially. And so his hair like stands up a lot more, and he looks way poofier. Ugh. Did I just lock myself out? No, I didn't. God, I was like, what? How did I do that? But yeah, and so he came back. he got here the day before yesterday. And that actually might have been a slight factor. I doubt it. It really wasn't. Day before yesterday he came. He was super dirty because the reason why he came early, I don't know, I didn't say this. The reason why he came early was because the vets called us and was saying, come and take him early. Well, because the 30-day thing anyways, because the whole plan was, the only reason we could have went and immediately got him right after they changed the law, but we didn't because my parents already had flights and a rental car booked on our following Saturday. Like we could have got him Monday or something, but we didn't. And so basically the vets called us and were saying that your dog has diarrhea and we don't know what to do, you should come get him. And that's because he can only eat certain protein sources, mainly fish is the only one that we've, like salmon is the only one that we found that is fine. If he eats anything other than that, straight up gets diarrhea. It's horrible. Like we had to deal with that for the whole first 4 months of his life until we figured out what was wrong. It was protein and got him on the right food. But they effed it up, and so now he's got to go through a month detox for him to be fine. Basically, it like stays in their system. It sucks, but yeah. So we got him. My parents went and got him early, and so now he's here and he's adorable. And we got him washed and everything, so he's all good. First night though, he was still dirty, but I still just tried to get him to sleep inside in that room over there that now has air conditioning, but then it didn't because it was the day before yesterday, and the air conditioning got put in yesterday. So had him in there, and he just was super hyper and wanted to play and stuff, and like he kept wanting to go in and out. I did not get good sleep. Basically, I kept having to like let him in or out or get his food or something, like just stupid little stuff that would still get me out of bed and wake me up a little bit. So I didn't get very good sleep, but it probably wasn't that much of a factor. And you're like, oh, a factor of what? No, just kidding. You know a factor of exactly what, because I probably titled the video what happened. So basically, yesterday morning, I got in a car crash. Yes, I did. Not with my car. Me driving, got in car crash, not with my car. Not good. Basically, I've been doing a carpool. Well, it only lasted 2 days. I was doing a carpool though. I was driving my friend's car. So there's the people that helped us move here. My mom, dad's friends. Well, I don't know. It's so hard to explain. It's their daughters, which I would call my friends Kara and Bree. And so Kara's graduated and she was letting me use her car, I guess. And then Bree, who is a sophomore, and the whole thing was I take me and her to school and also drop off Brighton. And it was like, oh yeah, good plan, blah, blah, blah. It was just like, so her car is just like a 99 Nissan Sentra. And that factors into it, trust me, later. So just seemed like another day of driving to school after the past two, and we were driving, and it's different because it was rainy. And so, you know what they tell you in driver's ed about stop way earlier because the stopping distance is much farther in the rain. That I didn't do that, basically. Part of it is my fault because stop earlier in the rain, but the other part is just kind of like shit happens. Like it's different because it's all according to me. Because my last car was a Volkswagen Passat. If you don't know Passats, they always come with super thick, wide wheels usually because they're like sporty wheels. They're supposed to be sports sedans. And so I was used to all-wheel drive, keep in mind, because all-wheel drive, you know, like better traction usually in gas-wise for in the rain and snow, and really thick tires. So I'm used to good stopping times, and plus in Utah it just doesn't rain as much. Like I'm not used to the rain, and so yeah, those things kind of effed me up because what ended up happening is we were driving on the highway, and so you know like 55 miles an hour, and the next turn was coming up. It was a left turn. I saw that the light was green, and so I'm like, okay, start slowing down, but the car should be filed through that left turn lane line by the time I get there, so that way I can turn. And then I don't know how I got distracted. Maybe I said something to someone. Maybe I barely maybe I looked at the speedometer for half a second to just see what my speed was as I was slowing down, and look up and see that the light's red already. And so it's red, there's more cars there than I expected. I'm like, okay, yeah, start slowing down more. And this is where immediately, like, I think back at it and I can tell even more, like, because it's one of those things where it happens in slow motion, just because you're like, it's whenever you goof up, your brain automatically, it remembers it more, so that way you can remember it throughout your life and not make the same mistake again. So I can still remember to when I was 4 years old, 4 years old, and I fell out a second-story window. I still remember being on a windowsill with my eyes closed, up against the screen thing, falling out and feeling the wind. I had my eyes closed, didn't see anything, just feeling the wind against my face, and then waking up on the driveway, I don't know how much longer, but in extreme pain. And like, I still remember that. And so it's kind of the same thing, even though I didn't get hurt. Like, nobody's hurt, for the record. Nobody is hurt. It wasn't even an amazingly bad car crash. It was just damn it, didn't want a car crash in my lifetime. I wanted to be an amazing driver, and I still am an amazing driver. Don't judge me. Basically, yeah, I started slowing down immediately more, and I noticed already that it wasn't slowing down as much. I'm like, this isn't slowing down enough, and then I'm like, it's not slowing down at all. Like, it's already like, we're at 55 miles an hour, and I'm like slowly pressing on the brake more and more and more and more, and it's just not slowing down. It was the rain and how slick it was. It was not slowing down. Like, it just kept going. And so then we're just getting closer and closer. I'm like, this thing's not gonna stop. This thing, slamming on the brakes, and it's still just going. And just basically just like, even when I'm slammed on the brakes for the last 50 feet, slam into the back of the car. And so it wasn't that fast. I guess we were probably still going like 20 miles an hour ish, 25, I don't know. Basically though, yeah, ended up hitting into the back of somebody else that was already in the left turn lane, lined up. And it was just like just a small little lady and she felt bad because when we hopped out and so I hit into the back of the car and we had to pull off to the side. There's like a little center strip right there that my brother keeps trying to poke at me. You could have turned, you could have done this and that, but it's like, it happened in a split second. I thought that the car would stop and it just kept going. I'm not used to being in the rain with a car. This is where the Nissan Sentra comes in. The Nissan Sentra, 1999, the base, the one that it is, comes with 13-inch super thin bad tires, basically. And so it's not very, like, you just don't get a lot of surface area on the ground to stop faster, for one, plus it's raining. And so it's like, it just happened so fast, and I thought that it would stop. Like, I was like, why isn't this car stopping? And it just came down to the rain. I could have stopped a little bit earlier, but at the same time, it's like, it just came down to circumstances that, it's different. And so, hit into the back of the car, we pull into the center thing right there. So basically, the damage is, her car barely touched. Like, I still got pictures because we're debating doing some, like, insurance. I'll tell you the whole story in just a second. If you haven't noticed, this is just gonna be basically one long conversation of me staring directly at a camera and talking to you guys, walking back and forth in this one building. Like, it isn't gonna cut anything except for like some pictures of, I didn't even take a picture of the car that I was in because it came down to like insurance is the reason there's pictures being taken anyways. And like that get-go. So like, this is just gonna be one long video of telling you how this week has gone, specifically the car crash. And so, basically, we pull off to the side. Her car was barely damaged, like I said. Like, it had one little dent, and then the bumper cover, or the bumper, whatever, the back bumper thingamabob was barely off on the left side. Because I tried turning last second, and so it hit on the left side a little bit more than the right. And so basically though, the car that I was in, however, and I think it also comes down to older car and newer car, because a newer car, they can be both the same amount of safe. Like, they can both be, I mean, like, obviously usually newer cars are safer, but like, more durable is what I would say, because the front end of the car I was driving got fully, like, it got smashed in quite a bit. And so this is where all the problems come in, basically. So I was driving my friend's car, and it was their insurance that's covering the car, and I'm not on their policy. So that's already problem number one. So like I don't have insurance is basically the problem, because we just barely moved here, and when you move you got to get new insurance and look for new insurance basically. I don't know if my parents have been. They should be. I think they are. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't have insurance, and so I'm thinking, well, that sucks. Well, I wasn't really thinking about it too much though, just because I saw our car had like no damage. Like that's something that you can like just almost not care about. Like I should have showed you the pictures you saw. It's not. It wasn't even that bad. I was just feeling bad just because I was just like, oh, I was thinking more than anything else of the friend's dad. His name is Travis, my dad's friend. I was just thinking, oh my god, he's gonna think that I'm the worst driver and that I shouldn't ever be trusted to drive any of his daughters or anything, and that he will regret giving me the permission to use the car. I mean, technically it wasn't his, it was just Kara's, but at the same time I was just like, damn it. Like, I'm not a bad driver, I promise. This is bad. But basically, yeah, no insurance. It was actually really, really lucky. So basically what happened was we've met a few different people that have came to like the just weekend get-togethers that we've had at Travis's family's house. And so one of which was a guy named Josh, and he so like him and his family, but he was right after he dropped off his kids, and he saw us off parked on the side of the road, and he came and was just like, what's up, guy? He's like, what's going on here? Like, because we were sitting in the middle of the road with crashed cars. So he helped out a lot because he knew, I don't know, he's probably been in a crash before, but he knew what to do more. But because he was the person that I was intending checking out. He offered me a car to buy, but the car that he was offering for me to buy was a manual car, and I really, really want an automatic, just because when you're in bumper to bumper traffic on the way to school, it's really annoying to have a manual, and so I want an automatic. But I get off track easy, if you can't tell. But basically, yeah, so he's helping out a bunch. We ended up deciding to go to the school parking lot, because we were seriously, like, my school was seriously, we're on the street, here's the street, here's my school. Like, we were right next to my school. I was on my way to go to Brighton's school and drop him off, which is a little bit farther, but we were right next to my school. And so we're like, okay, we're gonna leave this car here, get the insurance information, blah blah blah, go in the school parking lot. And so yeah, the lady that we hit, she felt bad just because she saw the high school shirts, and she's like, oh no, you guys are only high school kids, it kind of sucks. But we settled it all eventually, and what ended up happening is I am taking a major down. Pretty much, I don't think anybody else is. Everybody else will be fine. I was thinking, because that was part of the reason why I felt guilty. I was just like, it sucks so bad that just because I effed up, now other people got to pay the price a little bit too. But it isn't like that bad, and I don't feel like that too much anymore, just because what ended up happening is I had to give the lady, she was driving a Ford Fiesta, like a newer Ford Fiesta. I ended up giving them, like her and her boyfriend, $500 cash to fix her car. And then I just had to buy the car off of Kara for $1,000, which is, honestly, I'm sure it was worth more than that before I crashed it, and then I made it worth that much, which kind of sucks for them. I'm sorry, but yeah, so bought the car for them. So now we got parts from the junkyard. The whole front was smashed in, not like really, really bad, but pretty bad. So we got a new hood, we got a new radiator, we got new headlights, and so it's gonna be I don't have enough money to fix it up with an actual like mechanic or anything. I'm gonna be the one fixing it up. Like me and my dad are gonna be the ones just fixing this car up for me to use. And so yeah, that's pretty much the whole story for the most part. I probably forgot something somehow, but yeah, so basically whether it was the car I wanted or not and I was car shopping, I have a car now, and so I gotta fix it up. The hood we got isn't the same color as it, so I'm gonna have to paint the hood back to the same color. I give the whole thing a new paint job, because one of the classes that I showed you guys my classes and I was telling you about it. One of the classes I have is auto body repair and refinish, which is just kind of good luck, because I'm pretty sure in that class they not only teach you like the welding and the frame stuff, but they also teach you, I'm pretty sure, like outside paint stuff. And so I should be able to paint it on my own once they teach me, if I get all my own supplies. And so I should be good there. I shouldn't have to pay money for paint, but we're gonna have to put all the parts on and stuff ourselves. I've been shopping just because I figured I had to pay. I only had $2,500 cash total. That's off of the $2,000 off my car, which we actually sold it for less, but my dad gave me $2,000 because he's nice. And then like $500 that I had total from like birthday money and me saving up from doing jobs. And so $2,500 for the car budget was what it was. And so basically what ended up happening is I gave $1,000 to Kara for the car, $500 to the people for the damage, and so then I have $1,000 left, right? It was $250 for parts from the junkyard, and so that leaves $750. The plan is to leave $150 aside just for a second for any extra parts we might need, because we might end up needing extra parts, and then the other $600, not $650, I can use to customize the car. And so I've been shopping out stuff that I could do to just try and customize it, and so I figured I wanted to do new rims and tires. Tires is a big thing because those tires effing suck. They're really, really small. I wish I can upgrade them to make them bigger too, because like I said, the base tires that come on the 99 Nissan Sentras are 13 inches, which is like so small. Like most cars, the smaller ones are 14 inches. And so I want to upgrade them to 14-inch rims and tires. And it depends, just because rims and tires are expensive. And so it's like, I don't know if I'd be able to get that, but I might end up just getting tires and then all the other stuff, and then just keep the rims that are on there. I mean, the rims is more a look kind of thing. The tires is like a necessity to me at this point. So yeah, there's also a spoiler that I want to get on it, and then like a bumper cover on front to make the front look different. And then I think that's it for the most part. But that'll be as far as my money would go. Is if I really, really tried, I would end up I shopped it out, and for $630 I could get the bumper cover, the spoiler, both of which unpainted, so I'd have to paint myself, and rims and tires. But then the problem is I really have, like, that'd be $630, not $600, so already I'd have to use $30 from the leftover parts money, and then I also wouldn't have any money left for paint. Like, I have to buy, like, if I'm gonna paint it, I need to have money to buy the supplies. So basically, I need to find a way to get some money, in some way, somehow, first of all. But I also just need to get, I keep thinking about all the cool customizations, but I also need to think, we might not even get this car running. There could be some small little issue just because hitting into stuff F's up cars, you know? So, we gotta get the car fixed. My dad said it'll be fun, because he hasn't worked in a car in a long time, but I feel like it's gonna turn from fun to frustrating really quickly if it doesn't fix up real quick. But yeah, that's pretty much been this week. We got Echo back. I got in a car crash, but so basically I will have a car, and we got air conditioning. So yeah, that was just basically one long conversation, but nothing really fun this week. But I mean, who cares about fun? I got school and stuff. Fun stuff would be on the weekend, and on the weekend is when I would upload this, for the record. I'm planning on still doing just once a week, uploading it on the weekend, editing it. I won't even have to really edit this just because it's one really long video. But yeah, that's everything. I'll see you guys next week.